Hey guys, what's going on? It's me, Greg Marshall, and in this video, I'm going to go over some steps to start your social media marketing if you're a beginner, 2019. So I go ahead. I went and documented a few questions or areas that I think people struggle with, especially if they're a beginner. So to start off with, document your most commonly asked questions or problems that your target audience or customers typically have. Okay. So you're going to write down a list, maybe 10, 15, 20 different questions that you get over and over and over again. Then what you want to do is you want to create videos and content based on answering those questions. This is a fantastic way to essentially overcome objections while you're not around. So the customer, the prospect could actually overcome and learn and research and do all that and get pre-sold before they actually talk to you on the phone or do any type of activity. So document all the questions that you constantly get asked, and then start building your entire content marketing strategy around that. That is the simplest way to get started as a beginner in social media marketing. Is document everything. Go ahead and start creating videos or blog posts or picture based or whatever. But the goal is basically to create content that overcomes objections for your customers or your prospects. All right. So the next tip is find someone to do your social media marketing with if you're self-conscious. So I just was talking with a friend of mine. They were talking about how they need to do social media marketing, but they're worried or hesitant to do it. And it's because they're a little bit self-conscious of being on camera or taking photos or kind of putting themselves out there. So the fastest way to actually get over that is to find someone else who can kind of be your safety partner, and so that you don't feel like it's just you, but there's someone else there, right? So you kind of have a safety blanket so you don't have to feel like, you're the only talking head in the video, just like this one, until you feel a lot more comfortable on being on camera and sharing your ideas and your opinions, and also just kind of taking feedback. And you'll notice that the fear is much larger than what you should be giving it to, right? So you don't necessarily want to build it up and make it feel like it's impossible. So just warm yourself up. Get yourself a friend, a safety partner, where they can kind of be the silly talking head on the video as well with you, so you don't feel so self-conscious. And then that's kind of like the training wheels. Once you get the training wheels off, you can go ahead and start doing things on your own. So that's another tactic or strategy you want to use, because most people, if you're honest, you're not doing social media marketing because you're self-conscious. You may describe it as something else, but it's really that you just don't feel comfortable or confident being on the camera. Because we're all afraid of getting that negative feedback, or what will our parents or our friends say about us if we put ourselves out there? Are they just going to think they're a bunch of weirdos? So find yourself a safety partner, get yourself used to being on camera, and start pushing out the content. Okay. Next thing that you'll want to use is don't overthink your social media marketing. So what's preventing you from getting results on social media in the first place is you're overthinking it. So you're thinking, well, I can't get started until I have, a $10,000 camera. I can't get started until I have 1 million followers. I can't get started until fill in the blank, whatever that excuse is. Usually that excuse goes back to you're self-conscious and you don't want to put something out there where it could possibly get criticized. The reason why I know that is because I used to feel that way. So you have to just put stuff out there. Don't overthink it. The faster you can put content out and figure out what people like and what people don't like, the faster you'll start to get results. Okay. Once again, the faster you put stuff out there and figure out what people like and don't like, the faster you'll start to get results. But if you don't put stuff out there, you can't optimize nothing. All right. So you have to actually put yourself out there, see what people say. If they don't like it, switch it around, adjust it till you kind of find your sweet spot when it comes to your content marketing. So just make sure that you're putting stuff out there and don't overthink it, because overthinking usually is just an excuse for not taking action. All right. So make sure that you're just putting stuff out there. You're having fun with it. You don't want to take this so serious where, you're too buttoned up and you're acting like, it's life or death situation. Have some fun, put a little smile in there, and educate your audience, entertain your audience, and you'll be able to start seeing results and you'll be just fine. But trust me, if you just put stuff out there and you don't overthink it, you will get results. All right. Next one. We've got go against the grain. All right. So if you're in an industry, a professional industry that is known for basically being boring, right? For example, financial planner, right? Or maybe a doctor, maybe you're an attorney. All right. So this isn't to knock on your profession. What this is typically it's tough to make these industries sound very sexy or attractive simply because of their nature. So what you want to do is think about what your competition and what all lawyers or doctors or financial planners, how they market, and then do the exact opposite. Okay. So this is what you want to do. If everyone is all tied up and they have the professional photo, hey, I can help you, with your blank, fill in the blank, and everyone is saying the same thing, do the exact opposite. Do something where it's showing your personality. Do something where it's like it wouldn't necessarily be something you would think that a person like you would do. For example, if it's a really buttoned up, uptight industry, be loose and maybe do a podcast where you're drinking wine and talking about funny topics, or bring in comedians and interview them and try to make the episodes funny or different or unique. But you get the picture. Just don't do what everyone else is doing. Whatever you think logically you should be doing, it's typically the opposite. All right. So come up with strategies that go against the grain, that that doesn't look exactly like everyone else, because that's how you get lost. And that's how social media does not work for you, is by doing what everyone else is doing and not standing out. The key with using social media is you got to stand out in a specific way and get known for something, right? So you're competing with a lot of different people. They're all putting stuff out, but it's typically all the same stuff, right? So you have to find a way to be different, be unique. So go ahead, put content out that's against the grain, that is going to garner some attention. And then from there, typically people will start reaching out to you and remember you for something. And then you can try to convert them from there. So that's the best way to do it. Those are my suggestions to do social media marketing for the beginner. As of right now, it's 2019. And usually marketing is about the same, no matter what platforms they are. It's typically doing the fundamentals, which is defining who your market is, defining what your message is, defining what your offers are, and then finding a unique way to communicate that. So if you ever have any questions, let me know. Leave a comment below, like this video, share it with your friends, subscribe to the channel, do all that. And once again, I'm Greg Marshall, and I'll talk to you later.